What up, people? This your boy Z the Real here, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to talk about voting, because I feel that is very essential to the country we're living in now, especially with a lot of laws being passed and, you know what I'm saying, certain taxes being raised up. I feel the only way things can change is if everybody has to go out here and vote. Even if you don't want to vote, you know what I'm saying, try to go out there and at least make a change. Even if you don't care about who's the politicians who get in office, if you don't care about who the president is, you know, you don't care who becomes a governor or mayor, at least try to, you know what I'm saying, voice your opinion. Make your own opinion known by voting against certain things, voting for certain things to happen. You know, everybody say they want certain things to be done in their communities. You say you want change and everything. You want certain taxes to be lowered. You say you're tired of gas prices being raised up. You tired of your rent being, you know what I'm saying, rent being too high. And you don't like, you know what I'm saying, certain things being built in your community. Then you need to go out there and vote for certain propositions not to be passed. For example, you know, I live out here in California, okay? We're one of the most highest tax rates in the country. In the U.S. alone, next to like New York, you know what I'm saying, those places like that, we're one of the highest. I think we're like the second highest state that has the most taxes that are raised. It's ridiculous out here, y'all. This ain't no joke. Taxes that got so high that people are moving away from California. They moving to Vegas, they moving down south because they can't live out here. And gentrification is at an all-time high. They want to build buildings and they want to build, you know what I'm saying, stadiums and everything, but all that stuff costs money. All that's the higher taxes. It's hard to live out here. And the only way you can manage that, you have to have at least 5 or 6, maybe 7 incomes. One if you're lucky. And that's if you got like you say you're a doctor, you know what I'm saying, you're one of these technicians, engineering, you got one of those positions where you can make 16, 17 hours. Okay? You're a supervisor, manager, okay, that's all good, but everybody don't have that type of luxury. Everybody can't get that type of positions. Because it's all about who you know versus what you know, especially in California. But here's what I don't understand, and this is what always bothers me. This is what I can never figure out or never understand. The same people that complain about there's not no equal opportunity. Okay, you complain about the government, you complain about the president, which I told y'all in some other videos, I think, what was it, last year or 2 years ago, I told you the reason why Trump was in there. Trump was in there because you have people who really do believe in Make America Great Again. They believe Make America Great Again is the old days of how it was in like the 1940s and 50s. Those particular people, those are the ones that voted for Trump. And it was thousands of them in every state, okay? Plus you had celebrities. You had black athletes such as Floyd Mayweather Jr., who was friends with Trump before this happened, who actually endorsed him and voted for him. Okay? Crusette Michelle. You got those particular artists. So you understand why he's in there. He's not just in there because he don't have got no political experience and then they chose him. No. The world wasn't ready for no woman. America wasn't ready for no woman to lead the country at all. Because this country is that much, you know what I'm saying, sexually biased when it comes to gender, okay? They want leadership to stay within a man, just like the Bible. The Bible says that women are not allowed to preach. So some of you conspiracy theorists, you Christians, you got the nerve to want to talk about somebody being satanic, but you can't even figure out that in the Bible, it says that a woman is not allowed to be the leader. She can't preach in the pulpit. There's scriptures on that. Go read the whole Bible from the Old Testament New. You'll find that out. The woman is not supposed to lead, it's the man. Okay, so by Hillary Clinton trying to be president, wasn't nobody gonna allow that to go down. And plus, I already told you before, Hillary ain't squeaky clean herself. Hillary has done a lot of different dirt over the years, ever since Bill Clinton, her husband, was president. Okay, she was the main one who put money to basically fund these prisons that are putting a lot of my black people in, a lot of minority in these prisons, which she basically funded, her and Bill Clinton back in the 1990s. This is why you had In hip hop, you had groups like Public Enemy and NWA talking against it. The 5 Percenters, Brand Nubian, them, and even the Roots, Tyler Kweli, they knew about it coming. They already knew what was going on. Okay, the prison industry is $1 million industry, and the reason why it's making so much money because y'all don't vote against certain things that pass for these prison systems to have certain power. Okay, but this is what I still don't understand, right? And this is pertaining to the black community because y'all are notorious for this, more so than anybody else. Y'all complain that there's no opportunity, there's not enough jobs being put into the community. Y'all complain this and that, okay, about certain, you know what I'm saying, like certain bills. You complain about housing, but yet y'all don't vote against certain propositions. For example, Prop 10 was for like rent to be, you know what I'm saying, taken down. Just in California, Prop 10. I voted yes on 10. There's people who voted no on it for some random reason. They either didn't read about it, they didn't think about it, or it wasn't enough people voting for Prop 10. We didn't have enough people coming out. Just because Barack Obama and Michelle not in the office no more don't mean y'all don't go out there and don't vote. Yeah, see, when Barack Obama and Michelle Obama got in the office, yeah, everybody and their mom and daddy who were African American or black all voted, right? You got to the polls, you voted. But why they not in it no more? You don't want to vote no more. You act like it don't matter. No, it does matter a whole lot. Okay? So when I hear people complaining about this stuff, I just hear a lot of excuses. Y'all complaining that there's no jobs, there's nothing being done in the community, but y'all won't vote on certain propositions. Y'all won't vote for taxes to be brought down. You won't vote for school funding to be, you know what I'm saying, for certain, for like, let's say you don't vote against, you know what I'm saying, like student loans. That type of tax to be voted off or voted down. There's a lot of things y'all don't vote for, or y'all won't vote. So my thing is, how could y'all complain about there's not being no opportunities? You complain about the court system being messed up, but y'all don't go and vote. And y'all don't vote for certain politicians that go in there. In Texas alone, you had like 9 different women that actually got in there who ran. There's some women in one of the Texas cities that actually ran for a Supreme Court justice that all of them won. Why? Because they had a goal. They had a purpose. They didn't let nobody scare them or nobody stop them. And that goes for anybody. Because it's not just a lot of black community don't vote. It's other minorities out here. There's other ethnicities that don't vote neither. You younger generation, the ones who listen to the video that may be 18, 19, maybe 20 years old, y'all need to go vote. Go register to vote. No, don't just sit there and let your parents or your other family vote for you. You know, you got to vote too. Your vote matters. And anybody tell you that the voting is rigged is telling you that for a reason, that they don't want you to vote. They tell you that so a certain class, won't say whether it be Republican or whatever it may be, could get up in there. It's like you really have the nerve. It's like Black Lives Matter, for example, right? They had the nerve to say the election was rigged, or Trump had help with the Republicans. No, he didn't. He had, no, not the Republicans, but the Russians. The Russians did not help Trump get in there. I'm letting y'all know that now. It's obvious the people who it's obvious with how Trump got in there. Okay, you look at the neo-Nazis, you look at the KKK and the whites and the Confederates. You look at them, who Trump don't speak about. Them the ones who got him in there. Them the ones who basically put money into his campaign. And like I said, there's many of them. And I mean many. So y'all can, you know, some of y'all can sit there and say it's rigged all you know, and it don't change nothing. Because there are enough of y'all voting, not enough young people voting. You know, the youth, y'all the future. The kids coming up that's in middle school and high school, they're the future of this country. Y'all need to go learn about voting now. Especially to my black viewership, the black folks out here, man. Our great-great-grandparents basically, you know what I'm saying, suffered for their rights to vote. In the civil rights days, in the freedom fighting days, when Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and them walked the earth, and Malcolm X was still here, you know what I'm saying, a lot of our black folks basically had to really fight, had to really go out there and protest their way to vote, because back then we weren't allowed to vote at all. Black people in this country had no power at all. They had no rights, no freedoms. And this is what I still don't understand. You know what I'm saying? People don't take and this is the problem when You got a lot of parents that don't teach their kids about, you know what I'm saying, where they come from. Okay? At one point in time, black folks in this country didn't have the right to vote at all. Where you be black, you be Indian, Hispanic, all minorities except for Caucasian, they couldn't vote at all. They didn't have the rights to vote. So people have to really march. They have, you know what I'm saying, dogs sitting on them, water hoses sprayed on them, batons, you know what I'm saying, beat across their head, or thrown in jail. If you try to vote, you get thrown in jail. That's how it was back then. And that really did happen too. I'm not making this up. You know, go to your libraries or go visit a museum and go read about that stuff. Okay? So for you, for people to come out here who got the right to register to vote and that won't vote, you basically disrespecting all of your, you know what I'm saying, your elders, the greats before you. You disrespecting the people who have died fighting for the chance to vote, to make their opinions known, to make their presence known. You going against everything King basically, you know what I'm saying, had to die for, everything King basically preached. Langston Hughes, all these cats, man, all these guys, Frederick Douglass, here tell me, all of them. You going against everything that they stood for and worked for. That's the problem with this younger generation, especially behind mine. My generation, the one behind mine, lazy. This is the problem, man. Everybody just want to smoke weed all day long. They want to be on the TV all day. They don't want to hardly work no job neither. That's why I don't see why a lot of people are complaining. If you don't vote at all, you shouldn't be complaining about what's going on in our society at all. You know, you shouldn't be complaining about no government if you don't vote. There's a problem in this country. People want to be handed out. They want it easy. They want things given to them. They don't want to work hard for what they want and need. Yet you'll sit there and blame a secret society that actually don't exist. You put all your problems against the Illuminati. You'll blame Freemasons that you know nothing about. You ain't never been inside lodge. You'll blame them. You'll sit there and blame the devil for these celebrities that's getting these contracts, that's getting this money, that's getting paid to do what they do, but yet you don't want to make your own money. You don't want to work. You don't want to go to school. You don't want to do nothing else. You want to educate yourselves. That's the problem. Just this week alone, there was a lot of propositions that have been voted for. BBB, CCC, you name it. Commercials, all that. And you got to say, advertisement is just there for you to program you to think a certain way too. Okay? Like I said, once Proposition 22 comes on, somebody tell you no, don't vote on it, go look in it and go read about it, go research it. Because a lot of these politicians do, they'll program people to vote for certain things they want done, when the things they want you to do ain't right for you. Okay? This is why food, like a candy bar, no longer costs just $1. It's $1.75. For a box of Whoppers, it costs you $5, which it used to be $2, $2.50 at the movie theater. Popcorn, $9.50, $8.50. Don't say $7.50 for just a small bag. And it's gonna continue to go up either. And see, Trump's campaign, they want more funding. They want taxes to be raised up so they can continue that wall that they're trying to build. They want to build like a big old wall around the border, knowing full well that's not gonna keep none of these immigrants from getting in here. You got what's called tunnels, okay? Underground. Them borders is not gonna stop the drug lords, the Colombian drug lords. You know what I'm saying? These Aryans. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican mafia. These particular, you know what I'm saying? These particular criminal organizations from getting their drugs in here and transporting stuff in here, making their money. It's not gonna stop them at all. We got some of these law enforcement officers that work with them. And that's another thing too, man. This is another reason why y'all want to vote too, so y'all can stop a lot of these police officers from terrorizing and harming people innocently. There's laws that's passed against these police officers that people were voting for, were trying to pass. Certain politicians weren't in here. How we gonna stop these police officers from police brutality if you don't vote? So when Colin Kaepernick tell you not to vote, he's not voting, man. Don't take his word for it at all. Don't do that at all. I told y'all, he's part of an agenda. Don't listen to that. That's all nonsense. Kaepernick gonna tell you the vote of the election was rigged and all this other stuff. Okay, yeah, Hillary and Trump may be crooked. Okay, they may be evil, but still, there are certain propositions that need to be passed and enforced. You don't gotta vote on them two. You can vote on certain governors not to be in office. See, when you vote, you can prevent certain governors that don't need to be in office. You can prevent certain judges from getting the Supreme Court so they don't have to be in there and throw innocent people in jail. No, Black Lives Matter don't got your best interest at heart. George Soros told them to tell you not to vote because he pays money for certain politicians to stay in there and do their evil dirt. See, I know these things already, man. I've already done my research. I've done my study. I know what it is already. We living in a capitalist society. We living in a very messed up government. This is why you got mass murders, because people could go in there and get guns without a proper background check. See, there's laws against these guns. There's laws against guns being passed. Matter of fact, there's a lot that just got passed now thanks to the ones who voted that if you get marijuana, you buy weed, you can't buy guns. Ones who got a marijuana license cannot get a gun license. Okay? Because certain people know, whoever made that bill, they know that a majority of people are out here, you know what I'm saying, in this crime. You got a lot of drug lords. You got a lot of people that's hustling. They using marijuana to profit from it. Not to just smoke it, but to sell off the street. You know, a lot of these hoods, a lot of these gangsters are selling drugs. They get these gun licenses. Okay? They getting guns and they getting weed. And they selling it. And they profit from it. And plus, too, man, there's already been too much violence with these guns. It's been too many mass murders. And see, when you smoke weed, you get on these drugs, man, it clouds your brain. You know what I'm saying? People get mentally, you know what I'm saying, ill off these drugs anyway. Smoking the wrong type of stuff causes you to be schizophrenic. You get too paranoid. And you go and you kill somebody that didn't do nothing to you. They know this already, man. There's already been too many deaths by people under the age of 21. At that, 20-year-olds, 17-year-olds getting these guns and they killing and shooting people. That's why they're trying to crack down on it now. And I don't know how it is in other states, but that's what's going on in California. So no, y'all need, please, but if you got the chance to vote in whichever state you in, if you listen to this video, please vote. Don't let nobody tell you not to vote. Because the ones who tell you don't vote, they don't care themselves at all. They don't care about what's going on around them. They don't care about these taxes. Okay, they don't care about housing, living. They don't care about none of that stuff. They don't care themselves. So this, like I say, man, and I mean this. If you don't vote, then you shouldn't have nothing to say about nothing. Okay, don't blame, don't get on no politicians. Don't get on whoever the president is. You should not care. That just means you living your life the way you see fit. That's on you. But don't sit there and try to complain when you get arrested for something you don't understand what's going on. Certain, you know what I'm saying, things you can't get or buy no more because of certain people that voted on a certain bill to be passed, and now you sitting there wondering why, and then you complain about it. Don't complain when things don't go your way how you want them to go when you don't vote. Because even if they try to rig it, at least you tried. At least you tried to make something happen. Every vote matters. And the problem is we don't got enough people going out here voting at all. None, man. Like I said before, a lot of the 18, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21s who can register to vote, a lot of them don't register to vote at all. Because their mind is not on that. They don't care. They worried about either getting money, they worried about hanging out with their friends, they worried about drinking and smoking. They don't worry about nothing else that's going on. They sit there watching TV all day long, they watching other things, they try to be somebody else. They don't care. Alright? Now, that's where the problem lies. And like I said, those are the same people that's complaining about the problems we have today. As they get older, they realize what should have been done, and yet they live with that regret. No, don't wait till last minute to go vote. Do it now. And you can easily walk in to go vote too. It's not that hard. Even if you don't have a residence, you can vote as a provisional. Okay, you don't have to vote as having a mailing. You don't have to have a mailing address to go vote. There's other options you could do to vote, to cast your vote. You got mailing in here. Okay, you could go before work. Voting polls don't close around 8 or 9, or some state later than that. Please, y'all, understand what I'm telling you. Go vote. And some of y'all that say y'all revolutionaries and this and that, you all for your people, then go vote. Like I said, man, we have people that have died trying to vote. There's people in this country didn't have the right to go vote at all. At one time, it was illegal for people who look like me to go vote. For black folks, Mexicans, don't say it, Hispanics, Asians, Samoans, you name it, they could not vote at all back then. Whoever was living in this country at the old days. In the Willie Lynch days, in the Jim Crow era, you could not vote at all. It was illegal. Like I said, man, people really died for that stuff. People really went to jail trying to go vote. Please go vote, man. Don't let these organizations like Black Lives Matter, George Soros, don't listen to, you know what I'm saying, whoever it is on your block tell you about voting's rigged. Don't listen to them. Don't, man, because their mind is not on that. They don't care. Their mind is not in reality at all. They're not thinking about the future. When you vote, you basically cared about what's going on for the future. Because like I said, a lot of these laws, a lot of these propositions affects our everyday living. How we go about paying our bills. Okay, how we go about taking care of our rent. Certain propositions affects us in our job. Our ways of how much money we can make. Okay? So y'all need to take that into consideration. Y'all, and some of y'all don't like how the prison system ran. Well, go vote against certain laws. Okay? That's pertaining to a prison system. For real. Take my advice and then go look up for yourself. Okay? But that's all I want to say right now. And that's all I want to share, because I got to get that off my chest. Voting is very important. And see, I can't do this by myself. We need the help from you. I'm just glad. I'm actually happy the Democrats are in office, even though, like, I myself know what it is already. At least the Republicans don't have all the power. There has to be some type of balance. And I only pray that the Democrats that got in, that took back the White House, that they do the right thing. Because I already know there's a certain agenda being trying to be pushed. So whoever whoever represents the Democratic parties in the White House, y'all got to do the right thing, man. Do what's best for the country. Don't just do things for your own benefit and for your own agenda. Because people are out here struggling, man. There's people out here losing their houses. There's people out here that can't get the right medical insurance because bills done passed, these taxes have been raised too high because a lot of these propositions says otherwise. Okay? You know, I voted for these veterans to get Section 8. There's some veterans that are certain military that can't get Section 8. Because certain people that got Section 8 have been abusing it. You see, if you want Section 8 to be used fairly, you go out here and go vote. Vote yes on the law that basically enables it for for people who of disability and people who are veterans. That's why I voted on that. So if y'all want to know why I vote, that's why I vote. Now you know why I vote. And why I'm so, you know what I'm saying, why I'm so basically passionate about it. Because like I said, man, the same people that's complaining about the problems they go through, complaining about their job, these are the exact same people who don't vote. And this is within the hood especially. And y'all gotta understand when I say this. This is why I tell people not to do things to go to jail. Because when you put yourself in jail, you become an inmate, an ex-convict, you can't vote at all. You give up your rights to go vote. So y'all gotta understand what time it is. They put certain things in the hood so you could commit certain crimes, so you give up your rights to go vote. Some of these government officials know what they're doing. Y'all need to wake up and see what time it is. They know that every time y'all get put on these sets, y'all start robbing, stealing, and you start selling drugs, and you get caught, and then you go to jail, and you get your offense, you give up your rights to go vote. If you're an ex-convict and you are out here on parole, you cannot go to a polling office at all. None. Just like you can't get certain jobs anymore because you gave up your rights to go vote. So y'all got to take that in consideration. So for my young men and women, y'all got to think about doing certain things. Think about getting in a car and driving before you get a DUI. That goes for anybody. Anybody that goes to jail, goes to prison, and like I said, they become an ex-convict or inmate, you automatically have gave up your rights to ever go vote. And this is the main problem in our society, especially within the black community. And this is why there's a lot of things that are not changing for us, because a lot of y'all young folks, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these young folks and other people as well, they don't vote, or they do things to give up their rights to go vote. So now we stuck in no man's land. We stuck in a wall, and we can't get no better because of that issue. And that's real talk. Okay? Yeah, this channel ain't gonna give you the runaround. I'm not gonna beat it around the bush. I'm gonna tell you what needs to be said and what needs to be done. And what's crazy that a lot of people want to talk about sports being rigged. You'll talk about these referees being rigged. If y'all say the elections go rigged, why don't you doing research on that? Where's your conspiracy theories on these elections then? If you say it's rigged, that's what I'm still trying to figure out. If y'all say the elections rigged, Trump had help from the Russians, then where's your proof? Okay? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You can't do no video unless you actually voted yourself. That's what I'm saying. If you didn't go vote, okay, if you didn't vote at all, you didn't go to no elections, you didn't vote for no candidates, you didn't vote for no governors, then you should not be telling nobody that the election is rigged or tell nobody to go vote or not to vote. Okay, so I'm going to put that out the air now. Okay? Please, make a difference. Go vote. That goes for everybody, anybody living in this country. I understand, okay, there's one thing, okay, if you're an immigrant here, or let's say you're just a resident, you come from another country from a passport, okay, I understand you can't vote, all right? I can understand if you can't vote because that's for born Americans, people who are U.S. citizens, okay? But for the U.S. citizens, y'all got to know better, okay? Please, please, please go vote, for real. Don't let nothing stop you, okay? Because people have died, people have went to jail over the right to go vote. Make Obama and Michelle happy. Make your great-great-grandparents happy. Make your elders. Make them all happy and go vote, please. Okay? That's the video, folks. Y'all stay blessed. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon. But again, you know what I'm saying? Comment. Tell me what you think about politics. What you want done in this country. And like I said, the next election, for the next presidential election that's going to be coming up in what, 2020, 2019, go vote.